Hi, my name is Nur Farzana Izzati.
Hi, my name is Nurin Sabrina binti Abdul Halim.
Hi, my name is Nit Fazli bin Nit Hanafi.
Hello, my name is Ahmad bin Amir Hamzah.
And hi, my name is Nitfara Natasha binti Niksaki, and we're all from class AC1105B. In this video, we are going to present about the professional judgment versus professional skepticism. Without further ado, let's get started.
Let's start our presentation with an introduction about this issue. Generally, every firm is required by law in most countries to prepare yearly financial statements and above them audited by a statutory auditor. The responsibility of an auditor is to obtain all relevant information from the management and those charged with governance of a company. International standards of auditing ISA 200 direct it is necessary that the auditor to use professional judgment and professional skepticism while performing the audit. However, there are two distinct needs that are not interchangeable and have different meanings and applications. Yet, in the auditor's work, they undoubtedly complement each other. What is professional judgment and professional skepticism? Let's move to the next slide. Professional judgment is a skill that auditor acquires over time to reach conclusion, analysis, or evaluation based on your knowledge, skills, training, or experience as an auditor, and only after acquiring such skill, he or she can apply for professional judgment in a particular situation. In other words, professional judgment is based on evidence, and not every auditor is expected to be qualified for every job. For professional skepticism, according to ISA, professional skepticism is defined as an attitude that comprises a questioning mind, being aware of situations that may signal probable mispresentation due to mistake or fraud, and a critical assessment of audit evidence. Professional skepticism is the state of mind that an auditor must have in order to properly execute an audit engagement. The auditor's skeptic mind allows him or her to see that circumstances may exist that cause the financial statements to be materially misstated. Thus, the auditor should be aware of such facts and events that suggest the possibility of significant mispresentation in the financial statements and remain cautious.
On to the next part of this presentation that I will elaborate more about the arguments of the key issues of professional judgment and professional skepticism. As the relevant users require more detailed and precise financial reporting from the auditors, hence there are a lot of issues arise whether which one of these are more important for auditors to use when auditing the financial statements to their clients. The ISA 200 argues that professional judgment is vital in making decisions in various conditions for the auditors. This is because they believe that the auditors should use the professional judgment in order to come up with an appropriate audit plan, which in this way the auditors can further to evaluate new audit procedures or course of action taken for a mistake-free financial reports. But on the other hand, the International Auditing and Assurance Standard Board, which also known as the IAASB, argues that the professional skepticism influences the professional judgment of an auditor. They believe that the auditors should have an inquiring mind and apply their expertise to make decisions on how the audit evidence should be handled. Moreover, the recent audit inspection has taken some precaution and more detailed steps in demonstrating professional skepticism due to the public interest who agree that professional skepticism plays a significant role in the financial statement audit.
Next, analysis of the key issues. We're going to look at the professional judgment and professional skepticism. But in this slide, I'm going to explain about professional judgment first and why it is essential to the proper conduct of an audit. So, professional judgment is a professional accountant's informed decision about the courses of action that are appropriate in the circumstances during an audit engagement, in the context of auditing, accounting, and ethical standards, and based on the relevant training, knowledge, and experience. So, it is essential to the proper conduct of an audit because it is impossible to comprehend relevant ethical requirements and ISAs as well as make informed choices throughout the audit. without applying appropriate knowledge and expertise to the facts and circumstances. Next, professional skepticism, according to ISAs, is an attitude that comprises a questioning mind, being aware of situations that may signal probable misrepresentation due to mistake or fraud, and a critical assessment of audit evidence. So, professional skepticism is necessary and relevant throughout the audit, even if it is not mentioned in every ISA. For instance, the first one is engagement acceptance, second one is identifying and assessing material misstatement risks, and lastly, forming a judgment on whether the financial statements are prepared in compliance with the relevant financial reporting system in all material respects. As a result, professional skepticism is way more important for auditing because professional skepticism is essential to your auditor's duty of care. Skepticism in the usual sense, a questioning mind, and a critical eye toward audit evidence are all part of this concept. Acting with appropriate skepticism helps you to perform a proper audit in good faith, with integrity, and on the basis of objective facts. So, every auditor must practice professional skepticism since its regulatory organizations have advised that auditors increase professional skepticism will help greatly improve audit quality and that firms should make this a priority.
Evaluation. Professional skepticism is crucial to the audit process and an intrinsic aspect of the auditor's skill set. Professional skepticism demands the auditor to retain a critical mindset and evaluate audit evidence critically throughout the audit's planning and execution. Auditors' inability to exercise an appropriate level of skepticism continue to be a global concern. Lack of skepticism has also been suggested as a major contributor to audit failures. In conclusion, professional skepticism is far more critical because it enables the auditor to avoid overlooking unusual circumstances, overgeneralizing when drawing conclusions from the audit observation, and finally, avoid making inappropriate assumptions when determining the nature, timing, and scope of audit procedure and evaluating their result.
For the conclusion, professional skepticism or professional judgment need to be used in an audit. Just like what has been said, professional judgment is a skill that requires you to reach conclusion, analysis, or evaluation based on your knowledge, skills, training, or experience as an auditor, in line with the appropriate financial reporting framework in your country's standards, rules, regulations, or principles, while the professional skepticism is defined as an attitude that comprises a questioning mind, being aware of situations that may signal probable misrepresentation due to mistake or fraud, and a critical assessment of audit evidence. If you use either of these professions in the audit, it will make the audit have much more value than the other. It is an important part of auditing and is used to prepare the base of audit in particular circumstances of a company. My recommendation is to recommend every auditor to learn these two skills which are professional skepticism and professional judgment. This is because these two skills can lead to improve the audit quality. All firms need to prioritize these things because the audit which has been used by these two skills should not have misrepresentation due to mistake or fraud.